Giving it all we got, giving it all we can, giving it all we got. Oh, climbing up to the top of the world, no fear, we're gonna make it. Everything we want is ours. Whoa.
Hey everybody, how you doing? How you doing? I'm Craig here on the Thai farm. Another hot sunny day, although it did rain last night. It was sunny yesterday when I did all that welding. As a matter of fact, I when I was sleeping, I was thinking about the welding, and then I decided that maybe today, I mean, it's actually heating up real good. It's a little bit after 10 o'clock, but I was thinking that maybe right here where I talked about I didn't have enough angle iron to make more rack like that. But what I think I can do with the 1 or 2 pieces I have left is I'm going to weld it across this way, flat, weld it to each one of these bars, and then I have this piece of rebar here, and I think I can probably make 3, maybe 4 hooks out of that rebar, and then I'll weld the hook to the flat bar, so I'll have 3 or 4 big old hooks right here where I could hang stuff on. And actually I might be able to actually hang this up on there, get it off the ground, and then of course you can hang anything on the hook, right? I got the old piece of trap. Matter of fact, that was my old fish trap from over there where I was caught turtles and stuff, crabs and everything, and it was broken and stuff, so I cut it, and that's the piece I used for that snake trap out there, of which I did check this morning, and there weren't nothing in there except a dead fish, but I took him out of there. I didn't put another fish in there. I'm just leaving it there. I might make a little bit of a different one today. That trap's probably gonna get something. It might get a totally different snake. It might get like a freaking cobra or something. But what I thought I'd also do, I just got back from going down the street and eating some soup, some kway, and trash collection here in Thailand is nothing like it is in a Western world, I suppose. What is that? My camera fell a couple times yesterday. I think I might have scratched the lens. I'll have to look for it in the video. But yeah, so out here in the villages anyway, it's free. They put like a 55-gallon blue plastic drum up the front of your property, and then you put trash in it and they come by and pick it up. But when we go over to the to the village community center or whatever government place and say, hey, can we have trash picked up, when we first got the house up, and then they go, yeah, and then what they do though is they take a donation, and I don't even know what it is. It's like 20 baht. It's like maybe 60 baht, but I think it's for the whole year. It's less than $1 or $2 for the whole year. It's just a courtesy donation so they can have this pot of money, to buy more plastic bins, I guess. There are restrictions. You can't, put like cement and stuff in there. Our share board, we can put 1 or 2 pieces in, and so usually in the trash I'll drop 1 or 2 pieces because I still have a lot that's cut off from when I built this house. And but we had a bag that had all the old tile, like when I tiled that whole kitchen and the bathroom and all that stuff, and had broken tiles or cut offs and stuff. I had all these old pieces of tile and some of the share board and stuff like that in this one big rice bag, and I set it up there next to the blue bin, but they wouldn't pick that up. They can't really do anything with that. You can't really recycle it or whatever. So It's back here. I've been sitting back here for a while. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I mean, obviously I can, you know, bury it and use it as part of a foundation or something like that, but which is probably what I'll do. Although the tile pieces, I can, something biting me. But the tile pieces, I could probably break it up and do some mosaic. You saw my little chessboard I made over there, checkerboard I made on my table with some leftover pieces. But anyway, getting back to the trash, what I thought I would do, because the road, you know, our road in the front of the road to the house kind of goes on a slope. Well, they just put the trash can there, you know, and it always falls over. And by the way, the trash can doesn't really belong to your house. They put one here because we asked, but you could be driving down the street and any of those blue cans, you can put your trash in it. So other people put their trash in the can that's in front of our house too. So I don't want to say our can, but they put their trash, and sometimes it fills up and there's trash on the side and stuff like that. I ain't worried about it. But it does fall over, and I think it's difficult for the guys that are collecting the trash. So I'm gonna try and make their life easier. I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna dig that around there, and I got those, I still have extra bricks from when I was doing whatever I was doing with the bricks. I was making the fountain and stuff. And I'm gonna make a little platform for the trash can to sit on, so it's easier for the trash guys to pick it up and you know, put it back in its place, and it'll just look better next to my new gate, right? But anyway, let me go do that. I'm gonna pick up the bricks, put them in my truck, and then truck them up there. I'm gonna dig it up with a, you know, with a hoe, whatever. And I do still have, you know, half a bag, 3/4 of a bag of cement, so I might put the bricks in place, mix up cement, and just kind of put it on the top of it or in between it, like I did with that platform back there. I didn't put cement back there, but you know, I left a little distance between each brick, and I filled it in with sand. So I could do the same up here, but I'll fill it in maybe with cement so that it holds faster. I do have to kind of backfill it because it's on a slant, so I'm gonna have to, maybe I'll just stair step the bricks or something. Anyway, let me get those bricks in the truck and we'll take a look at it when I get up there. Back at you. All right, well, this here is what I'm talking about. So here's my trash can. It's kind of on a mound of cut debris and stuff to try and make it flat. But I'm gonna flatten it out over here closer to the road. That way the guys don't have to, you know, walk down muddy embankment to get to the trash. When it falls over, that's what they have to do. They, you know, scamper down the embankment. Looks like my wife, I didn't even know that. My wife has butchered these trees back. This was all around here. It's like she all butchered that, cut it back, man. It's all right. You can see the gate better. All right, man, well, let me get to hoeing. More later. Well, I think this is adequate size and configuration. Now I'm just gonna go mix some cement. But this is what I got. Yeah, I left gaps in between, so I'm just gonna fill that up where I can. You know, a few buckets of cement. I'll probably mix one batch. One batch is 4 buckets of sand, and well, let me see. No, that's for concrete. 4 buckets of sand. 1 of water, 1 of cement, and 3 of stone, but I'm not gonna put stone. So I'll just probably 3 to 1, 3 buckets of sand, rough sand, and 1 bucket of cement. Mix it up and make sure it's a little bit slurry so I can get it in between the cracks and let it dry. All right, man, let me get over there and mix up the cement. Whew. Well, of course. Oh man, that is dust, cement dust on my camera lens. I'll see if that lines up in the video. Anyway, this is kind of how I want it. A little bit soupy, not really soupy, but it will, after it sits a few minutes. I usually let it sit 4 or 5 minutes before I pour it, because it'll activate, right? That's the important part. You want it to activate the cement in there. And it'll probably push out a little bit of water out of there. I'll mix it up again. That's the radio. But anyway, I'll drive it up to the front, see if we can get it. I did go 4 to 1 on it, so I got 4 buckets of sand and 1 bucket of cement, and then actually a bucket and a quarter, maybe even a bucket and a half of water. So, whew, it's a little warm, and of course, oh my gosh, that's cement right there on my glasses. These are my good glasses. All right, man. Well, let me get up there. I'll get back at you. Well, it's a bit crude, but hey man, I think it's gonna work. Yeah? What do you think? I just put that lip back there to, you know, prevent that thing from tumbling over, or at least just have something to run into. It's too high, right? It's 2 bricks high, so I think it'll be all right. Just gotta let it dry, set up. And that's another little project finished. I'm baking. I did use all of it. It's a little after 1. Probably gonna take a break. Maybe I'll have enough energy to do that weld. It is taxing mixing cement, man. I don't like mixing cement. I used to. When I first was working on the farm, I was like, yeah, gonna mix some cement, gonna get something done. And then by the time that house was getting finished, you know, the brick house, oh, it smells good. My wife just washed this using that Thai detergent softener. Oh yeah. All right, man. Well, if I don't get to the metal today, then I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think of my little trash project. Well, I decided that I'll go ahead and weld that thing today, or now, or whatever. I just took about 15-20 minute break, got something to drink, changed my wet shirt. I should actually, it's probably called a sweatshirt because I sweated in it until it was wet. But I was going to share that. So yesterday and maybe even the day before, I don't know, I was coming over here. When I walked back here to my shop, I was like, you know, did something die over here? I'm looking for a dead fish, you know, up against the thing, like on the other pond. Didn't see no dead fish, and then I thought maybe it's this, my old fish trap. I'm like, no, that's not it. I'm like, what is it? Maybe a cat took a crap or something. I don't know. But then I might probably look at my other videos when I'm walking through here, because what I saw was here, I'm walking through here, and then all of a sudden I look over here, and boom! What? That is a wing of a bird. So I was like, what? And so I looked over there, and there's a pigeon, dead pigeon. That's what I was smelling. So I got my snake catcher. I'm gonna have to climb up here. Whoa! See if I can't reach it. Oh, there he is. I don't know how he got dead over there, but maybe I can get him. I should be able to get him. Yeah. Oh man, it's got maggots probably. Come on, bro. Oh, it's right. His wing is cut in there. There we go. What should I do with him? Don't go in the water. Anyway. Yeah. Life and death here on the farm. And yeah, that's what smelled, because I can smell it. And it don't smell pretty. Maybe it was, I mean, there's some, you know, been some hellacious rain and stuff. Maybe he was hauling ass and ran into the side of the building. They do that. He doesn't look like he was, doesn't look like my cats got him or anything. You. That does rightly stink, man. Well, I didn't want to climb up there. I figured, yeah, I'll use my reacher, snake grabber. Anyway, first order of the day is to get out the pieces of angle iron that I had from yesterday. Well, smaller pieces are falling. Smaller pieces of wood from the rack. That's expected though. I think this is the long piece. I'm gonna hit my head doing this. I know, because that's just what I do here. But anyway, the idea is, let's see, 1, 2, 3. It can go on 3 of them, but not long enough for 4. Should I do it on this 3? Yeah, or no, that, well, yeah. I could do it on these 3 maybe. Yeah, that way I leave the corner open. And then, like I said, just gonna use this rebar. I should be able to get 2 or 3 hooks out of that. Anyway, when we get working on it, we'll see what I got. Back at you. Well, looking at the best approach, I had that one piece of rebar, and what I did was I cut it up, but then I just made 3 hooks. I bent it in my vise. They're kind of different shapes. This one was the curved part of the rebar, but it's all right. It still can be in a hook, you know. And they're all about the same dip in them or whatever length. So kind of crude, but hey, man. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put it right there. Let me do this. Move it right up against there and weld that like that. So I'll just put them, you know, not quite to the end, but kind of like there, evenly spaced apart. You know, maybe the 2 end ones will catch something big, and then the one in the middle I can hang other stuff on there. And later, if I get more scraps from, you know, other projects or whatever, I can probably weld more little hooks in place with the scraps, you know, because that's what we do here on the farm. We use our scraps, man. And every notion I get, I'll look over to that side of my pond over there, see if I see the water snake wrestling in the shallows. Look at the shoreline, see if it's splashing around. I don't know if that snake trap's gonna be catching him, but we'll go down the road in a piece and see if I can't get another different little trap. I saw somebody had a whole bunch of traps hanging, smaller fish traps, but can probably be converted to snake trap more easily. I can submerge it in the water. But anyway, let's get to welding and put some hooks up there. Look like meat hooks. Hey, maybe I can make a horror movie. All right, man, let's get to it. I'm back at you. Yeah. Well, sounds like it's still in one piece. Actually, I should probably weld on this side. Yeah. Whoop. Well, now I just have to get it in place. I think I'm gonna use a clamp or something to hold it up here. But I do expect that this foam's gonna catch fire again. So we'll check it out. All right, man, let me get it set up. I'll get back at you. Well, ouch, dang it, same one from yesterday. Well, I don't know if it caught it, but I did catch fire on that last one. But I don't know if it's gonna stay. The beams on this thing are at different heights, like so where I welded there and here was okay, but then it bowed down here, like this was higher. So I had to hold it up there and then weld it in place so it's got tension on it. I hope it doesn't come undone. I'm gonna hit it with the hammer. See if it does. If it does, oh shit. Because that, you know, maybe I should turn it down on the welding or something, because not, it's cutting through the metal. That's pretty solid. Yeah. Yeah, looks like it's gonna hold. Whew. Well, that is 2, not 1, but 2 smaller projects, but projects still here, completed on the life on the farm. So hope you enjoyed that. You can give me your thoughts on that one too. Hooks are always good for something. I'm gonna try to put the scaffolding up there, but I'd hate for it to be so heavy that it snaps it off of there. But we'll wait a few minutes, let it get good and cold. But I think for the most part, when you weld something, you know, within a minute or so after you stop welding and it starts to cool and the red goes away, if it's gonna stay, it's gonna stay right there, all right. It don't matter if it's cooler, but I don't know, in my head, I think it does. So I will wait a minute, clean up the other stuff. All right, man, again, thanks for watching. Keep watching. We'll get back at you here from the Binoc.